Let's talk ACOTAR. Hey, my name is Suji, and welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, let's talk ACOTAR. This whole series has gotten me back into reading since I took a long break from reading. So this series has literally gotten me back into reading, and I want to talk about some of my favorite parts of the series and my favorite book and the characters and everything. But this particular video is going to be focusing on the unpopular opinions, as if there's not any, but maybe they're not as unpopular as we see, because I think a lot of people would agree with me, or not, who cares. I actually love Sarah J Maas and how she writes and what she has contributed to the literary world. And you may not consider her a literary genius, but I do, and I just love her. And so and because I finished the first book of Crescent City, which I can't wait to talk about when I talk about April's wrap-up books, I got really inspired to want to talk about ACOTAR, and then I'll talk about Tog, and then once I finish Crescent City, I'll talk about Crescent City. But this video specifically is about the ACOTAR series. So we're gonna start with the first one. Absolutely love this book. Now, I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on this particular book. It's not that really great. And it wasn't a strong read, but it was an interesting read. And I was very excited about this. And then out of the entire series, while everybody's favorite book is probably the second book, mine is definitely A Court of Wings and Ruin. This was definitely my favorite book out of all of them. And I think it's because it has the most action in there. And I love action. And one of my favorite scenes in this particular book is when they get the three big bad, but they're not, you know what I mean? Like, they're the three characters that they were needing to help fight the war, and they come together at the end, and I'm like, like goosebumps like crawl on my skin, and I'm super excited about it. But this one, I love this one. And I got to fall in love with Azrael and Cassian in this book too, which is always a great thing for the bad boys. And then this one is probably my favorite as far as redemption goes for, or character growth goes. And I love Nesta. I loved her in the entire series, actually. She's probably one of my favorite characters, along with Cassian and Azrael and Lucian. But this book is probably my favorite as far as character redemption goes. And it's literally, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Nesta and about this book, but so good. And then my least favorite book out of the entire series would be this one.
Be nice. I'm finding it. It take you that long to find it?
You know, I was told if I didn't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's how I feel. It's an okay book. I didn't like it. It was too happy, and I didn't like Feyre in it. And I think after the third book of Aquar, I kind of just stopped liking Feyre. But anyway, let's get into the unpopular opinions. My first unpopular opinion, and I'm not the only one who probably agrees with this, but I definitely don't think Tamlin's the bad guy here. Sorry. I remember seeing the TikToks about people getting the tattoos of Tamlin on their hands, and they're like, no, this is their, they have to read for themselves and see what happens. You can't talk them out, you can't tell them why. Just to find out come the end of A Court of Thorns and Roses and going into A Court of Mist and Fury. Tamlin, you just wasn't your strongest and brightest moment. But that doesn't mean he was a villain. He did a lot of stupid things. He should have never worked with Hybern. And then he done told Hybern what her sisters were. Damn, sir. And I know you were trying to help, but you should have had a little bit more thinking about how we should have went about it. But I understand. Because who was you going to ask for help anyway? It's not like you was going to ask Reese. I wasn't on friendly terms anyway. So while I do love Reese, and I do, that man, in every rendition of drawings I saw on Instagram and TikTok, that man is fine. He was fine in my head too, but he is fine. And I love the man. I love a good, morally great character, and that's what I think he is. So I don't think he's all good. And I don't think he has the best interest for Farrah, her sisters, the inner court. I think he's very self-serving. And it would make sense if he is self-serving. I mean, that's like part of his morally great background. I think we all want to see like the good in all these characters, and there is good in him, but I definitely think there were some moments where I was like, really, really, Reese. So, for example, one of the moments was when Farrah was visiting, he made Farrah go get I think it's his mother's ring that was in the Weaver's house. Yeah, and literally made her put her life in danger, really. And while I could see the merit in like trying to make sure she was comfortable in doing it and developing her own confidence in herself, it just felt so dangerous. Like, this is supposed to be your mate. You just throw her out there to go get some ring? Her ring? Like, she had to work for her wedding ring? Come on. My other opinion, Farrah is actually unlikable. Now, maybe I'm not the only one who agrees with that. I mean, I might not be the only one who think that. I mean, okay, in the first book, she's fine. Okay, actually, she was kind of annoying in the first book. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, it was really much giving a woe was me type of situation. And granted, her situation was very woe was me, so I'm giving her a pass. But then the second book, and the third, and then she just got really annoying in the fourth one. Yeah, I didn't like her. And it's kind of bad because we get 3 books in her POV, and she's still unlikable. At least to me. I don't know. I just didn't like her. Out of like the 3 main series, if I had to choose who's my favorite, Aileen is definitely my favorite from Throwing Glass. She's number 1, and then Bryce, and then Nesta for number 3. Even though she's not the main character. I just didn't like Farrah. Sorry. For the next opinion, Lucien deserved better. Oh, baby. I feel so sorry for Lucien because I genuinely think he was really trying to help Farrah, and Farrah she stabbed them all in the back. Like, I understand why to stab Tamlin in the back, but Lucien, or is it Lucien? I don't know. That's how I'm saying his name. But Lucien, did he really deserve that? Did he? I think after what Farrah did and trying to ruin the spring court, which she did. It wasn't just her, but it was Tamlin did it too. I don't think Lucien deserved that, and that's why I think Farrah is not my favorite person, because Lucien was good to you, and look what you did, all because you found new family in the inner court and you let them just talk crazy mess to you without actual root. Like, you didn't get any proof. You're just gonna accept whatever that fine man reset. Really? Would I have done the same? Would I don't even know anymore. And then one of my favorite opinions of all time, because people give Nesta such a bad rap, but I genuinely think Elena's the worst sister here. You wanna know why? Okay, here's why. In the first book, we get Farrah who's hunting, and I'm sure Nesta is managing the house, which we don't see that because we only get Farrah's point of view. But what is Elaine doing? Besides sitting cute. Sitting cute. And gardening. Gardening what? Ma'am. And if she was actually pretty useful, she would garden vegetables, but she wasn't even doing that. Not only was she just not like useful, she gave off this surface level sweetness, and then when you look in like I said, a court of silver flames, she gave us a surface level sweetness, but she's not. Like, she's one of those undercover, like, mean girls. And she pretends, I feel like she pretends that she's sweet, and really she's not. I think she really is mean. And you could see that when she became Faye. And she was upset, which she has all reason to be upset, because to be forced to be something that you, well, one, you were taught not to like, and then you suddenly become that thing, and then the love of your life also hates those things. Yeah, your whole life is upside down. So I totally get it. But you could see how mean she was. She was mean to Nesta. She was mean to Farrah. But it was just like that undercover type. And it was, she never like defended either side. I don't like that. Also, the lack of support for both sisters. She didn't support Farrah in the beginning, and then when everything turned against Nesta, she didn't support Nesta either. And you would think she would support the sister who got her back the entire time, but no, she did not. Like, girl. So she's definitely giving self-service. I mean, they all gave self-service. I'm not gonna, like, Nesta too. Like, Nesta, all three of them, and probably the father too, all gave self-serving, like, attitudes. Like, I'm doing this for me. I gotta try to survive. I gotta try to do better. But I definitely think you see Nesta at least trying, because she did go out and look for Farrah in the beginning of the book. And she didn't have to. She didn't like her like that, but she did, because that's her sister, and she did love her sister. And I think one of the things that we don't look at is that I think the reason why Nesta didn't fight so hard for Farrah is because Farrah seemed like she could handle herself. She seemed strong. And I think that's the problem with people who portray that they're strong or that they can handle it, is that the people around them assume that they can, even though they need that support and they need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's when you come off as self-sufficient, you don't get as much help, unfortunately, and that's just how it is. And I think that's what assumed. Like, oh, she goes out here, she provides for the family. She's very, like, she doesn't need me to protect her. She doesn't need me to feed her. And Elaine was just giving, like, I need this help. And Elaine never even tried. And she accepted it from not only her older sister, but from her younger sister too. Elaine just sat there and looked cute. And she's a middle child. I'm a middle child too, but she's giving a middle child a bad name. And then, last but not least, when it comes to Elaine, this damn love triangle with her, Azriel, and Lucien. I hope she gets none of them. I mean, this is a note to Sarah J. Maas. Oh, you better not let that girl fall in love with Azriel or Luke. She does not deserve neither one of them. And if her Buck is the next one that's coming next, it better be a darn good. Her character arc, she better have a massive growth. Like, because she does not deserve either one. I mean it. I hope Lucien finds love somewhere else. I hope Azriel finds love somewhere else. I don't see it with Gwen as the rest of the band does. I heard that there's a theory. It's a theory that maybe Bryce and Azriel, maybe. I don't know. I haven't read the other two books yet, so I have no idea what any of that means. But yeah, it'd be actually really cool if Elaine actually was a villain. It would make sense. I would totally read that. I really would. But I do want a happy ending for everybody, so I probably don't want that either. So, yeah. So that is my unpopular, maybe popular opinions on ACOTAR. And I love the book, and I can't wait for the next one. I have no idea what the next book could also be on. I heard theories it could be Elaine's book, which would make sense. But then I heard that it could be another Nesta story, which I'm all for. I know a lot of y'all don't like Nesta, but I love her. But I hear that it's supposed to be tying in with the other series. So I don't know. But I'm really excited. I love Sarah J. Maas, and I will read anything that she writes. So thank you for hanging out with me today. Yeah, have a good day. Bye.